Hey, you internets out there, do you want to be an entrepreneur?
Yeah. You know,
I'm getting in my weird phase now.
You're getting your weird phase, yeah.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I am Jeff Baustert, owner and creator of Iron Fitness Apparel. Today I kind of wanted to touch base because I think it would help people. I've been getting a lot of DMs of people asking me things about the brand. So they've asked me, the list goes on and on. Where do you get your product, distribution, how do you come up with designs, this and that. And I ain't gonna tell you No, I'm just kidding. We'll go over all that stuff today. The best advice I could give anybody when you're just starting out, don't even think about making product. It's the number one thing. People want to jump the gun, they want to print a bunch of shirts, and they want to make money. It'll come in due time, as long as your branding is good. And again, it's about the brand. It starts with your logo. It took us months to create a logo. That was a ton of trial and error of our main flagship logo, and then we branded the company out from that. So just keep it in mind, guys. It's not a quick process just to make money off shirts. It takes some time. And you have to be passionate about clothing. People always ask me, what made you want to do clothing? I've always loved clothing. As you can see, I'm wearing mint-colored Nike Air Max 90s that I bought that match the shirt. Like, I'm a huge shoe junkie.
Cheers. 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 Oh my god. Cheers. These shoes are $300. These shoes are $300 fucking dollars. Let's get them.
And, it's just part of fashion, and if you're not into clothes and that kind of stuff, you shouldn't be doing apparel. That's the best advice I could give you, and really think about what you're trying to do for your company or your brand. So I feel a lot of clothing companies, they don't do good design work. They kind of just copy what other people are doing. And like this, for example, everyone's done a Reaper, but this is actually done by a tattoo artist. He custom illustrated, and then our other graphic designer, created the font that went around it. It took a few rounds before we landed on that product, and we thought of a different colorway, mint and black, something fun for summertime. It just kind of made sense, so more of a streetwear vibe to it. So I think you need to have good designs from designers. So many people just thinking throwing some words on a t-shirt is gonna cut it, and that's some chintzy Etsy bullshit that sucks. I mean, if you're talking about literally making a legit clothing brand, you have to seek designers, and they're out there. There's amazing designers. We have a team actually of not just one, but a few designers that we work with and collaborate with that actually they also work together, right? So tattoo artists are involved in the brand since we are a tattoo company, which is amazing. That keeps the authenticity there. And it takes some time, guys, but find really good designers that get your vision of what your brand is, and then you go from there. Ooh, that's a good question. So free time, most people that are probably watching this, like myself, have either a 9-to-5 or some type of job that's going to pay the bills. If you have an idea or you do want to go into the apparel business, any free time you have outside of your normal 9-to-5 needs to be dedicated to that. So again, now you have a family, maybe that cuts into that free time, and that after you work, you go home with the family, and that's going to take another 2 hours, and you only have maybe 2 hours to dedicate. Just make sure you have a strategic plan in those 2 hours of what you're going to do, and then learn how to okay, from 2 hours, how can I make it 3 hours, and expand and go from there for the brand. One of the biggest mistakes I know a lot of people do, where naturally I just did this, was you have to reinvest money back in your own company or your own brand. What ends up happening a lot of times, people make some good cash flow and they start seeing the dollar signs go up, and they start spending on stupid shit. So there's nothing better you could do than put it back into the company that made you that money. If it's buying a new press for screen printing, getting more design work done so you can make more money and make more product for your brand. The list goes on and on, but always remember, reinvest back in your brand. Well, I think like about authenticity and like branding is partially to what's different about 2018 to 10 years ago is the owner. Like the owners, the people that are running the brand, are they the brand? Like there's nothing more authentic than the person that is running a tattoo streetwear fitness apparel brand is a trainer, went to school for it, plays music in a band, is covered in tattoos, and is part of that culture. So it's like it keeps that authenticity. So if you're doing something and you have no, like, I don't know, what's a good example? Like you're doing streetwear for dogs and you don't even own a dog. Like that's shit. You're just trying to make money. So I guess one big thing is the brand is always about that individual that's starting it. So if it's myself or whoever the owner is, and it always will be. But then you have to look at how do you expand. And it's going to be slow and steady. It could be a little bit quicker. It all varies. But the point of what I'm trying to say is building a team is crucial. So the people that you have, such as your videographer, to your design team, to the person that builds out your website, they have to truly believe in what you're doing, because then that lights a fire under them, which then lights a fire with you. Content is developed, your brand can expand, and it's this synergy. Teamwork makes the dream work, baby.
Freeze frame high five.
So that is a true fact. You have to build people. People will believe in you, you believe in them, and then that snowball effect. Because when I first started, it was literally me. Like that was it. The vision was in my head and where I had to go with it, and I kind of, some people come and go, but for the most part, when people know who you are and they see that dedication and commitment to it, they believe in it, and then you go from there. So. Always, again, guys, thank you so much for all the support, and we appreciate that. A couple things you can do, though, if you want to get a hold of our team or myself or anybody with Iron Ink, you can send us DMs. Obviously, we'll respond to those on Instagram, but the best way to do it and get a lot of these questions answered is go to our podcast, which is Iron and Think on iTunes. Subscribe, rate us if you have time to do that. We'd appreciate it. Or you can watch the episodes on our YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com/Iron Ink Fitness. All the episodes are right on there. And so I think episode 1 through 3 is about kind of entrepreneurship. So check it out, and thanks guys for all the support.